Alright, I've moved all of this in here into the living room of the living storage unit, which is right now the home of the Bad Idea Lab. We're going to talk about casting. Now, the machine that I bought is not the greatest. It was a decent price. The crucibles were really garbage, so I had to go with another supplier to make them. That's what it looks like without a crucible in it. The heat shield burned off the first casting. Their crucibles were so bad, I wanted to return the whole machine, and they gave me a 40% purchase discount, which I was able to turn around and go to another company. We'll go over here. I deal with PMC Supplies now for my crucibles. I've been out of commission for a few days. This is what one of the crucibles looks like. Let's drop it in the machine here. Now, these are brand new, so they don't look like they will. Even graphite burns up in these temperatures eventually. You put it down, turn it on. Now, I've been casting copper ingots. These two are not cleaned yet. They're about 1 pound ingots. I'm not going for exact measurements right now. There's a nice stack of ingots. Those two are blowouts where I missed the mold. Let's see what the mold looks like here real quick. Dump that one out. It's a graphite mold. These come from PMC. I've bought lots of molds that I'm trying to work with. The heart right here. This one actually came out pretty good. This one came with the machine. I haven't used it. I got a couple of skulls I've been trying to cast brass into. I've got 2 troy ounce. I've already ordered 1 troy ounce molds. That's another 2 troy. Little square bar molds. It wasn't a perfect pour, but it's pretty good. That's 1 ounce of copper right there. A star mold. I was doing that with brass. I haven't used the cross. Now, I am recycling copper. This is a piece of pipe right here. It's a water pipe, food grade, and brass, just old fittings, whatever brass I come up with. Now, this little tub right here is what I had to pick off of the wood floor. I did not do this over this carpet, thankfully. The whole place would have burned down. But whenever the last crucible collapsed, I had to put this out pretty quick, burn the wood floor a little bit. Now, I ordered a bunch of crucibles right before that one died because I knew that it wasn't going to last much longer. I finally got them today after a 5-day delay. I ordered 4, and I just showed you one of them. But look at this. Oh my God, the whole top broke off in shipping. The box isn't damaged. It just, sometimes happens. Yes, this is graphite. Same stuff diamonds are made out of, but not nearly as hard. Or heat resistant compared to a diamond. But they've already issued a replacement. It's on the way, and they told me that I could do whatever with this. I'll probably clean the top off and make a big mold out of this. Whenever I cast these, this is not what they look like when they come out. A lot of times they look like these. See, that's not really pretty. It's always good on the downside. The top side's always blackened. So what I do is I take vinegar and plain salt and I soak them down in a solution. And that cleans them off really good. Well, vinegar's an acid, salt's not so good. So I take baking soda and some water and I neutralize them down. And that keeps them from corroding. I don't get them super clean right now because they're going to corrode again anyway, but they're a lot better than that. Okay, whenever this gets all crusty and green and all, and I started doing it originally, I came up with something Google wanted to tell me was either malachite or azurite. So what I am doing is saving all of the washed down solution, the vinegar and salt and the coppers in it, into that jug. Whenever springtime comes, I'll cut the top off a little more so it's got airflow, and I'm going to let it dry out and see what it does. Don't know what I'm going to do with the baking soda water yet. I might try something with that. Now, to cast with one of these things, I'm working at 1150 degrees Celsius. You got to have really good gloves, and you can tell by looking at the tips of the fingers. You still don't want to touch the crucible with these gloves on, but I've never got burned. You got to have good graphite rods. This is a brand new one right here. This is the one I've been using. No, that one. And they break really easily, but they're still usable at short pieces. I buy them off of Amazon. There's a couple more right there. You got to have the tongs. These came with the machine. And this is actually a little deal I made. It was part of a pair of super long stainless steel scissors. It works really good for moving stuff around and poking so that I'm not breaking these. I tried something a while back. There's my broken crucible pieces. That's a bunch of graphite. Part of that's what shattered the floor, or burned the floor when it shattered. I took a bunch of pull tabs, 8 ounces, and used an old crucible just to start melting it down. Did not come out pretty, but that's an 8-ounce lug of clean aluminum once I get it done. It doesn't have all the varnish and paint that the cans would have, but the old crucible just couldn't handle it. I let it cool in the crucible, and then I just smashed it because it already had cracks. This is the bottom of the crucible that burned the floor. Oh, look, I need to wash it again. I'm turning that into a mold. So that's what the casting has been about. I'm trying to recycle metals and stockpile them. All that will eventually go into these molds, and others will be cleaned and polished, and I'll be making stuff to sell. Now over here, this is a little Chinese short sword that I bought a long time ago. We always call it Tinkerbell. It was all put together until recently. I cut the little round cup bell thing off of here. I'm going to grind that a little bit, clean it up a little bit, and instead of rebuilding the handle up here, I am going to do probably some lost wax type casting, or some casting to where this part is in the new handle, And I'm going to make either a bronze or a copper handle for this. This is the old sheath that it came with. I can probably do something with that. But anyway, so these are, this is the future project. I've got one hand that has turned black because I picked up that crucible without washing it. But anyway, so that is the casting. None of this metal here should ever go into a landfill. There is absolutely no reason to increase mining. And copper right now, since they've been having some problems at the world's largest copper mine, it's going to go up. It's always usable. So, yeah, recycle your stuff somehow, one way or another, people. It doesn't matter how you do it. Metal doesn't belong in a landfill. It's my planet, your planet, our children and grandchildren's planet. Take care of it.